During this video, we're going to look at the problem that users have when they have not logged on for some time and they get the message straight away that their password has expired and they may change it, or they need to change it. So we're going to look at a way to send them a notification every day within a certain time frame so they have plenty of warning to change their password, even if they don't log off and log on again. That problem is documented on the FastTrack website under the top 10 list of problems that we should solve with FastTrack scripting host. So let's have a look at that problem now. And the one that we're looking at in particular is problem 8 there, users' passwords expire and lock their accounts. So let's read more. And in particular, I'm going to go straight down to the script. And there it is. And I have copied this script already into my editor. But just before we go over that, let me explain what's happening in this script. First of all, we are setting the number of days to give prior warning, in this case 7. Then there's a test mode for the script, which is currently set to true by default. Then what we're doing is for each user in all users, if that user is active, then we are calculating when the user must change their password and where we are in relation to that date. So if we're within the time frame of the number of expiry warn days, then we want to set the email variable, and provided that's not empty, then we're going to send a notification email. Now that is a custom command that we are building down below. So that explains the top block. And down below we have our custom command, which is send notification mail, and the recipient is the parameter to that, and that is the currently logged in user. Then we're setting several other variables for the SMTP server. These are all defaults and these will all have to be changed, except possibly the port for port 25. Then we set the body of the email just for the text that's to pass on, and then we get down to test mode. So if test mode is true, which it is by default, then all we do is show a message, otherwise we send the mail. So having copied all those commands to the editor, let's go to the editor now, and I have made some changes here, and the first one that I have made is set the warning days to 45 just to push it out far enough. I've left it as true. I've also put a comment in front of the for each because I don't want to do it for every user in all users. I just want to do it for my test user logging on, and for that reason I need to set the variable user because it's not being set each time going through all users. So I set it specifically here to the current username. Otherwise there are no changes there. Comment out the end for each. Get down to the send notification. I've left the port the same. I have put in the SMTP server for Gmail because I'm using my test user account as a Gmail account. I'm having the user send it to himself, so John user 99 is the sender and also the recipient. The password is encrypted via encrypt password or F8. SMTP user sender name John user, no change to the email header, no change to the body text. Then we get down to test mode and show message if test mode is true, which we will do first. And then I have made another change here. I've changed it from send mail plain to send mail SSL plain because Gmail requires the encrypted SSL connections. So let's turn that into an executable file, and then we can have it run by our test user. So create exe file, go to a shared location that's accessible to the test user, and I'm going to overwrite the existing program. Created successfully. Now let's switch to the test user machine, run that program, which is shared scripts expired passwords.exe, and there's the message. Dear John user, your logon password will expire on July 28th, and you'll receive a daily notification until you have changed your password. So now at this stage we have not set up any sort of scheduled task or anything. We'll go over that shortly. Just checking that that works. So I'm happy with that. Let's go back to the script. We've done the test. We now want to make this false so that we send the email notification. Let's save that. And let's just check that John's email account is correct in Active Directory, because this information here is coming from Active Directory. So I'm going to go to my Active Directory server, pull up users and computers, have a look at John's profile, and there's John's email address. So that's all set correctly. So now if we go back to the test computer, run that program again. Actually, let me just make sure that I created that, because I don't think I did. So let's compile that to a program, place it on the shared scripts drive, created successfully. Now we can go over, we can fire up that program once more, and this time we don't get the message. What we do get, if we go to Outlook, check send and receive, all going well, we get a notification. Dear John user, your logon password will expire on July 28th. Okay, now we can further automate this. Let's just minimize email there by creating a scheduled task to do this. So let's go run programs, accessories, and I'm doing this as the logged in user. You can do it as an administrator, of course, and have it fire off automatically. So let's set up a scheduled task, add a scheduled task, and we just need to browse for the script, because the computer knows where to get FSH, the FSH engine, to run the script. Let's run that daily in a couple of minutes' time. Put in John's password. And now we have that task set to go. Let's just open that. Move it to my work folder. And when the time flicks over, we'll see that second email come in. So there's the script firing off, and now it's finished. And if we call up Outlook again, check mail, and there it is. So just a quick look at using FastTrack scripting host to send daily notifications automatically to users when their passwords are going to expire. We could, rather than using scheduled tasks, also have used the sleep until, but I chose not to in this case. If you did use that, you would uncomment these lines here, line 2 and line 20.